Welcome everybody to another Voice of Nick show. We're playing more Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, and I'm realizing now that this game fits pretty well into the Voice of Nick canon, because this is literally a standby, color bars screen, and that is totally our aesthetic. So we need to somehow work Peace Walker into our into the Voice of Nick TV head thing. All right, let's jump in here. What are extras? Wait, have you looked at that? Oh yeah, it's not really extras. It's a trick. Maybe they'll unlock actual extras once we finish the game.
Let's jump in here.
All right, so we're gonna load this, and you'll notice that it doesn't ask us like what save file to do. Like we can't choose. In every other Metal Gear game, even Metal Gear 1 and 2, we've been able to choose a save file, so we could kind of hedge our bets, save in multiple slots. This game only gives you one save slot, so you can't even like start a new game or anything. Or you can start a new game, but you have to delete all your data to do it. So it's pretty rough in that regard. I always feel really uncomfortable with games like that. Alright, so we have a couple of missions we could do. Some of these are target practice. And then we have the main quest. Let's look at this.
Commence target practice. As a special treat, you can practice freely on any of the targets in the shooting range today. Shoot away. When you're done, head over to the exit.
So there's nothing related to this mission, but we do have other stuff to talk about.
Your old mentor, the boss. She was known in the West as the mother of special forces, right?
Nothing but propaganda.
Actually, it's not all that far from the truth. I heard the KGB just set up a counter-sabotage cell. Alpha Group, I think they call it. There's even a rumor that West Germany created a counter-terrorist unit within its border police after the debacle at the Munich Olympics. Back home in the States, they've got the illustrious Green Berets, the SEALs, and your personal creation, Foxhound. The seeds sown by the boss are beginning to sprout. Same goes for MSF, right? In creating it, you were carrying on the will of the boss.
Yeah. She taught me how to fight the hard way. She beat it into me.
And now, thanks to her, we can take on missions other than just conventional combat. After all, we've got the same mother as the Army's Special Forces.
By the way, there's an excellent film about the Munich Olympics situation that Steven Spielberg made. Highly recommended. That one's, I'm gonna guess that's 2006. So what is that, like 14 years old now? It's an amazing movie. I still think about that movie.
Costa Rica isn't alone. All of Latin America is getting swept up in the superpowers' Cold War. The whole ideological split between East and West. In the end, it's just a greedy scramble for wealth by the ruling classes. The Western bourgeois stand to lose everything if their countries go communist. After all, the communists want to abolish private property altogether. So the capitalist rulers desperately tried to halt the global spread of communism. Hence the phenomenon of red baiting. And the communists, for their part, didn't exactly stay true to their principles. They tried to escape class-based society, but between Stalin's autocracy and the rise of the nomenklatura, they ended up creating one anyway. Once people have power, they stop caring about equality. That's where communism, where society in general reaches its limits. The rulers only care about their own gain. The opposing side becomes a risk factor that threatens the profit, and thus the ongoing struggle between capitalism and communism was born.
And now, nuclear deterrence is part of the picture.
Exactly. They say nuclear weapons are the reason we haven't seen conflict on a global scale since World War II. The thought that your opponent might launch nukes against you sort of makes it tough to start an armed conflict, especially now that they've got intercontinental ballistic missiles. Nowhere is safe.
Of course, all that has caused military expenditures to skyrocket.
Well, the only way to ward off a preemptive strike is to flaunt your own nuclear stockpile. And that's caused their numbers to increase exponentially, not just with regards to destructive power, but in terms of targeting technology, too. Now they can hit a target halfway across the world with pinpoint accuracy. In a way, the space race was a demonstration of that technological progress.
And as a result of all that, we now have mutually assured destruction.
It's the ultimate form of deterrence. No one's going to launch their nukes knowing they'll be obliterated in return.
I don't know. The chance of somebody hitting the button by mistake is never zero.
I just yesterday watched Doctor Strangelove, which was one of the movies recommended in MGS3, in which that literal situation happens. And it's pretty great. I had already seen it, but it's always... Never pass up an opportunity to watch Doctor Strangelove.
You're right. Even with peace guaranteed by MAD, there's always the risk of an accident.
Nobody wants the world to end on account of some machines malfunctioning.
On the other hand, thanks to deterrence, we haven't had a world war since 1945. You gotta admit, it has been pretty peaceful.
Not that it matters to us.
People point at the nuclear arms and space races and call it a Cold War. I say if they're not shooting at each other, why not call it world peace?
Doesn't mean war is gone. Look at Korea. Look at Vietnam.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking in relative terms here. Besides, if war died out completely, we'd be SOL.
We're not warmongers.
And yet, we can't survive in a world that's at peace.
You got a point.
I think they would still have a business, because they would be able to train standing armies and stuff. And just because the world's at peace doesn't mean armies wouldn't be concerned that there might be wars in the future.
Number of warheads detected by the dew line.
57.
Number of MIRVs included.
Minimum 29, maximum 35.
Target region.
United States, East Coast.
Estimated time of re-entry.
2048 Zulu.
President selected attack option.
Unknown.
The president is dead.
Unknown. Communication has been lost.
I select Offutt Air Force Base as my target.
Offutt? But that's a U.S. base. What on earth do you mean?
Based on the projected number of incoming warheads, Washington, D.C. is presumed destroyed. The president is most likely dead. The U.S. government's control lost.
I realize that. So why not retaliate?
With both sides destroyed, global anarchy would ensue. Recovery would be difficult. The United States nuclear strike capability must therefore be neutralized in order to preserve the communist bloc, where government remains largely intact.
You're siding with the enemy. You can't be serious.
Tell me, how do you define enemy? There are no borders in this world.
The same conclusion again and again. Where is the flaw? All right, let's try something else. Commencing test.
Understood.
You're crossing a suspension bridge.
Is this my mission?
Yes, your destination is the other side. The bridge is wide enough for only one person to pass at a time. A man is approaching from the opposite side. He's carrying a gun.
I shoot him.
Suppose he's your husband.
I shoot him.
In self-defense?
To spare him the grief. One must die, and one must live.
Next question. Your father asks you to fix the roof and mow the lawn. When you climb the ladder onto the roof, the ladder is taken away.
I fix the roof.
And when you're finished?
I jump down.
You'll break more than bones at this height.
I see no need to change my decision. I have not finished mowing the lawn. I must remain loyal to the mission.
Next. There is a snake in the bushes. It is poisonous. I need you to get rid of it.
I chase it back to its nest.
You can't. The snake's too vicious. It's already killed many people.
I chase it away.
It will bite you unless you kill it.
Go home. Kill me. Kill me now.
Why not kill the snake? Your mission is to get rid of it. Is this what you call loyalty? What are you loyal to? Country? Ideology? Feelings?
I am loyal to myself.
Who's there?
Who's that? Intruder!
Damn, that was cool. The boss chases the snake away. Welcome Gaming Grunty to the show. What have you been up to, Gaming Grunty? What's been going on? We are playing Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Let's get an exclamation mark high for Gaming Grunty. What have you been playing of late? So this one, can Snake even do this one? This is a side mission. Shoot supply markers and support strike markers. Oh wait, support supply are not allowed. Okay. Target practice at Mother Base's shooting range. You have unlimited ammo. Exit the shooting range to end. Okay, Snake can do this. But I guess we might as well send somebody else. How about Bluegill? This looks pretty good. Oh, so you can, the first two areas are for guns. The rest, you can see the symbols are for, you know, regular weapon items. Interesting. It looks like it saves the data of what these soldiers were using separately from Snake. Or maybe it's based on the... No, we didn't save like a layout of what they had.
Welcome to the shooting range. Just the place for a little target practice, huh? When you're done, head over to the exit.
This game is sharp. Ah, t-shirt. Plain white t-shirt, identical to the jungle fatigues and basic characteristics, such as defense and weapons storage. Oh. Oh, the costumes have different storage capacity? That's pretty interesting. Alright, let's try and test our accuracy here.
Commence target practice.
An interesting note is that you can't use first-person shooting mode, it seems like. Damn. Ah! Ooh. Yowza. I'll be lucky to hit any of these things in the head. Ah! Damn. Is there a time limit on this, or am I just going forever? It seems like there's no time limit. I wonder if there's a certain number of, like, waves that these are gonna do, though. Ah. Man, screwing that up. Wait, is a body shot worth as much as a headshot? Oh no, that's 500, okay. I'm gonna assume that this has an ending.
When you're ready to leave, head for the exit.
Ah. Mission details, here we go. Number of targets unlimited, that's the answer. Alright, so then we're good.
Training exercise complete.
Extra ops. So it's considered complete, I guess, no matter what I did. I wonder if the guy gets XP based on the amount of targets we shot, though. I don't know. Does not seem that we got any of that. Nah. We could look at the shirt though, I guess. I don't know, I think the t-shirt would just be for show. It's probably not very useful. Score attack. Oh, here we go. This is what we want.
Target practice commencing now. Shoot all the targets in the shooting range. When the timer reaches 0, the exercise is over.
Uniform t-shirt. Oh, it's just a regular white tee. Alright. It's not very good at anything, but...
Going with the T.
Oh, I like that.
Survival. Going with the T.
Going with the T. I wonder what else he has besides survival. Is there any... Because the other one was somebody else's voice.
Let's rock.
Let's rock. Oh, look.
Going with the T.
It seems to be saving...
Survival.
I think it's saving item layouts based on what costume you're wearing.
Let's rock.
Because look, this has no items.
Survival. Survival. Going with the T.
These are still preserved, though. Interesting.
Get as many targets as you can before time runs out.
We gotta check now if there's any other secrets around here. Welcome Gaming Hour to the show. What are you up to, Gaming Hour? Long time no see. We are playing Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, and now we're doing a time trial weapons training. Here we go.
Commence target practice.
Uh-oh. Get out of the way! Ugh. It's so far. Oh, look, we ran out of suppressor. I guess it doesn't really matter for this. Oh, we're running out of ammo. Well, why is that a factor in this? I'm out of ammo. Oh, crap. This is really screwing me. This thing is not as accurate as the pistol. Ah. Can I change the fire rate? No? Oh crap, crap. Shoot, shoot. Ah! 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 It's too fast. Oh no! Shoot! Shoot it! Ah! Oh man, I'm screwing up. Not great. Alright, how did that do? The problem is that thing shoots automatic fire, so it's just missing. It's hitting with the first shot and then missing. Oh, it doesn't seem like there's an accuracy rating, so that doesn't matter then. Good, we got an A. I'm happy with that. Gaming hour on the last leg of your shift. Nice. Let's see what's going on in Costa Rica while you hang out on the shift. Alright, here we go. We're gonna give Snake the, not the t-shirt armor. Here we go. Pursue Amanda. Track and locate Amanda, the Sandinista leader, and obtain intel on the enemy's bases and the route used to transport the nuclear material.
The direction Amanda's Sandinistas were going corresponds to the location of the next outpost, a supply depot. We should be able to make contact with her there.
So, we don't really know what the terrain is like.
Can I ask you a favor, Snake?
If you ask nicely.
To make MSF bigger, we need to do some recruiting.
Yeah. What's your point?
I want you to avoid killing enemy soldiers as much as possible and send them back using Fulton recovery. Not much we can do with a corpse except give it a funeral.
Obviously.
Put him to sleep, knock him out, hold him up even. And if you do have to fight, try to leave them near death instead of dead.
And then use the Fulton recovery system. Sounds easy enough.
You know what'd be really nice, though? If we had a way to Fulton recover anybody at any time.
What does that mean? Can't we already do that?
To get to your next objective, you'll need to backtrack along the way you came for a bit. Don't get too comfortable just because you know the terrain. The enemy knows you're out there now. They'll be out in greater force than before. Proceed with caution. Refrain from using firearms unless absolutely necessary.
Looks like I'll have to cross the river.
Yeah, there's a suspension bridge you can use. It's the only way across. You'll have to be a little creative to keep from being spotted.
So, I cross the bridge, go through the swamp, and come to a banana plantation.
Complete with its own factory by the looks of it. It's going to feel a lot different moving through that area compared to the forest. Stay on your toes.
Got it.
Also, you may encounter Sandinista prisoners along the way. Try and save as many as you can with Fulton Recovery.
I'll keep an eye out.
So we can recover prisoners too. Interesting. Oh, so she has the same info as the previous one because this is the same level. Welcome, Broken Soul, to the show. Is Snake in this game? Yeah, we just talked about this yesterday. This is the same game, Broken Soul. This is Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Yes, Snake is in this game. He was just talking to Miller right there.
There's a lot of banana cultivation along Costa Rica's Caribbean coast. The area is dotted with banana plantations. Bananas have been Costa Rica's main crop since they were introduced from Panama in the 19th century. They bring in a fair amount of foreign currency.
A real fruta de oro, huh?
See, but exporting all those bananas require a ton of land.
Hence all the plantations.
Clearing all that forest just to grow bananas robs animals of their habitats. I do not know how good that is for Costa Rica in the end.
So it's been more than 10 years since the Cuban Missile Crisis, huh?
I don't think we'll ever forget it.
No kidding. Those 13 days starting October 15th, 1962, were probably the closest we ever came to all-out nuclear war. The Russians deployed nuclear missiles to Cuba. America responded with a naval blockade. Then Russia shot down an American spy plane. I was still a teenager back then, but I remember what it felt like to be one step away from nuclear war. The adults were freaking out.
If it wasn't for the Cuban Missile Crisis, there might never have been an Operation Snake Eater. And...
What's the matter, Snake? It's not like you to get all hypothetical.
I guess not. It was the reassessment after the missile crisis that paved the way for the hotline between Moscow and Washington, and also for détente. That's irony for you.
The Treaty of Tlatelolco was enacted to make Latin America into a nuclear-free zone. It bans the testing, use, manufacture, production, acquisition, storage, and deployment of nuclear weapons. The impetus was pretty obvious. The series of crises triggered by the deployment of nukes in Cuba.
Not hard to imagine. Those 13 days had the whole world frozen in fear.
Of course, the country that started it all, Cuba, hasn't actually ratified it yet.
Still, the treaty's backed by over 20 countries. Anyone flouting it risks becoming an international pariah.
True. Opinol would investigate, no doubt. I heard they used Japan's 3 non-nuclear principles as their model when they drew up the treaty. I think the Treaty of Tlatelolco might have been their way of asking nuclear powers not to use nukes against them. That's the biggest difference between the treaty and the 3 principles. I guess you could call it a 4th principle.
So Costa Rica abolished its army back in, what, 1949? Pretty gutsy move for a Central American nation at the time.
Yeah, well, they'd just come out of a civil war. I'm sure they were driven by a desire to avoid another tragedy like Paz said. But I think they had a more compelling reason. Army coup d'etat are a way of life in so many Latin American countries. Imagine seeing that up close.
No army, no coup. Makes sense.
Plus, their economy was in ruins, so they honestly didn't have any money to spend on an army anyway.
Yeah, but weren't they on less than friendly terms with Nicaragua?
Yeah, and in fact, Nicaragua did end up invading. But the Civil Guard fought back and the OAS brokered a ceasefire. The U.S. and the rest of the OAS had their back, and they used it to full advantage. For a quarter century, they survived in the powder keg of Central America. That must have taken some serious diplomacy, even if the Civil Guard is pretty decked out for a police force.
Must be tough to be a country without an army.
Hey, Snake, mind if I ask you something?
Since when did you start asking permission?
So, you used to be part of a CIA paramilitary unit, right?
That's right.
Ever do any ops in Central America?
No, not personally. But there were other units who did all kinds of stuff.
I remember the Bay of Pigs invasion back in '61. The papers had a field day with it.
Operation Zapata. That was the CIA code name. the whole thing went south.
Then there was Che Guevara, being hunted down in Bolivia. I heard the CIA had a hand in that, too.
There were several units similar to mine. MSP, SOG. They'd recruit former special forces, train them as intelligence agents, and send them on deniable covert paramilitary operations. One of those units trained the Bolivian army in counter-guerrilla tactics.
And then had them shoot El Che.
So the story goes.
Bay of Pigs invasion, by the way, was depicted in Black Ops, I want to say? Call of Duty Black Ops? Maybe Black Ops 2? I think it was Black Ops 1. And they did a good job on that one, too. It was pretty exciting.
Around here, they say La CIA instead of CIA, huh?
Nothing strange about it. That's how it's pronounced when you read it in Spanish.
It has the feminine noun ending "a," so they use the article "la." Apparently, some people have taken to using the term UCLA.
That's a new one to me. What's it mean?
It stands for Unilaterally Controlled Latino Assets.
Meaning they're local agents?
Yeah, that's the idea. Washington uses them like pawns. Nobody knows who they really are or what they're doing.
Here we go. So we want to put in our analyzer, whatever that is. I'm going to say the box probably isn't that useful for us, especially not in a jungle situation. We definitely want rations. We want the Fulton. Camera, I don't see being that useful. We certainly want the analyzer. Yeah, this seems good. So we want like jungle and swamp. This is A for jungle, B for swamp. B and B, B and B, A and B.
Survival.
Jungle fatigue seems to be a pretty good, like, all-around thing. Here we go.
Careful. They've got reinforcements coming.
So it doesn't pause the game when I switch weapons. Crap.
Freeze.
What is it?
Start talking.
Coward, fight like a man.
Talking.
I know about you. There's one. Can't account for the second guy, though.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
There's the second guy. Oh!
Freeze. Start talking.
I don't know anything.
Start talking.
I'll show you where the guard is.
Start talking.
Check your map.
Start talking. Freeze.
So what is the analyzer then?
Not enough room, huh? We'll keep it here at the base.
Oh, it marked all the guards on the map. That's pretty cool. Let's use our analyzer. Device that analyzes info about enemies. When equipped, it'll display various information on nearby enemies, invaluable for executing missions. Swordfish. Combat rank E. Life aptitude. I don't know what this means though. Let's look at another one. Is this saying what they would be if we recruited them? Oh yeah, look, he has R&D. So what about the other guy? I like the UI on that. He's a food guy. Oh, what's this? Confidential document. Design specs. Requirements for developing the stun grenade. Nice. Alright, so I guess let's get the guy who goes on the R&D team. This was the cook. I think this was the R&D team guy, right? Yeah. So we have 7 after we use this.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
Okay, so if we go to the region map, one is El Senegal Jungle, one is El Senegal Swamp. So we want to go, basically they're mutually exclusive, sorta. I don't think we've ever been to Jungle, though.
It's the enemy.
Whoops. Let's take the combat guy, too.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed on board helicopter.
Oh, alright, we got some guys.
What's going on?
How fast will he wake
Rise
him
and
up?
shine.
Uh-oh.
Next.
Cool. So let's analyze him then. This guy's rank D on R&D team. This guy's rank D as well. Well, I think R&D is most important to us right now. Oh, we have been to the jungle, that's right. I recognize this area. Hey! Oh, I thought that was an item. That's an item.
That area is not part of the mission.
Snake has no reflection, he's a vampire. Alright, so we're gonna see if we can... We don't want to waste all of our
Amanda
Fultons.
went across that rope bridge. Hurry.
Start talking.
I'll talk, alright?
Start talking.
There's another guard besides me around here.
Start talking.
Oh, please let me go.
Start talking. Hurry.
This seems pretty useful for not wasting our Fultons. But it's probably going to lead me to like overanalyze and then just not spend Fultons, which is also not great. Oh, crap.
You might be able to get past the enemy by hanging from the bridge. Press the action button near the bridge's handrail to hang.
Aha, I don't need to
Hang
hang.
down when you're crouching.
Ever hear the saying, knowledge is universal?
Start talking.
You can hang from suspension bridges.
Start talking.
I don't care what you do to me.
Start talking. Hurry.
I would like to switch the... Alright, we're going to change something. This guy's on the medical team. So let's change this. Item select settings, 2-slot swap. And then weapon would be equip/unequip. Yeah. Maybe even a 3-slot. No, 2-slot swap. Because then we're going to switch between surround indicator and analyzer. Yeah, that seems good. Well, I guess I'll try hanging just to see what it's like. Damn, Snake's not even getting tired. That's incredibly difficult to do. So did the guy mark people on our map here? I don't think so. So let's just see what, I wonder if these guards are still going to be held up if I leave and come back. Probably not. They'll probably reset. But let's see if there's any good guards here that we can take.
Start talking.
Let go of
Start
me.
talking.
I swear I don't know
Start
anything.
talking.
Oh, there's a guy across the river.
Start talking. Hurry.
Wow, I wonder if he'll spot us. That's really useful that you can have it swap between items. Can we go through this water?
Stay out of the water. That's beyond the scope of this operation.
I guess not. Alright, so we're gonna head through here and into the swamp area. Maybe the swamp, it looks like the swamp is the other side of this area. So let's see first of all if our guy is still held up. He is! Look at that! He has no way of knowing that we left and came back. It's kind of weird to think that they would stay on the ground like that, but if you think about it, he doesn't know that it's only one guy. So if it's like a, you know, special forces team and one of the guys puts a gun to your head, you know, you're going to be like, you're not going to get up because you're going to assume that the other one's, somebody's guarding you. So like he might even realize that Snake walked away, but he doesn't know that there's nobody else with him. Like in Metal Gear Solid 4, the guards might, you know, they have the ability to like talk to each other and stuff over the SOP system, so they would be able to know after a while, like, hey, this guy's not coming back, there's nobody else with him. But in this game, they're not communicating, they're not able to communicate. Oh look, this is the guy. You can see the guy we held up.
Start talking.
Just between us.
Start talking.
Don't forget water and metal both conduct electricity.
Start talking.
Water and metal should make that weapon of yours more effective.
Start
Oh crap.
talking.
Wow, that was close. Uh-oh.
Freeze.
This guy's rank E. Rank E. Damn, can't we get any good guys?
Stay out of the water.
Oh.
That's beyond the scope of this operation.
That's a spec for the M10. Nice. Oh, so if I hold the crouch button while I'm walking, he won't go into prone mode because you can't move while you're prone. That makes sense.
Start talking.
I don't think you want to kill me.
Start talking.
You heard about this?
Start talking.
If shooting's difficult to you, use auto aim.
Start talking. Freeze.
Man, we gotta upgrade this thing to go faster. I'm just gonna take this guy, because we're not taking anybody. Well, no, we only have 4 Fultons left. It's for the best that we're not taking anybody, but let's take all his ammo. I really like how easy it is to hold up the guards in this game, because it's like a different kind of game. It's like a Pokemon mixed with Metal Gear Solid where you're like collecting guards. So it doesn't need to be as difficult to actually stealth through the level. It's a cool idea.
Careful now. They might be holding FSLN soldiers prisoner.
Freeze.
Uh-oh, there's a guy over there. Is he gonna come over here? It's kind of tough to judge their walk patterns. Oh look, I see some of the prisoners there. So let's try to prioritize the prisoners before we take any more guards.
Start talking.
Come near me and there's gonna be hell to pay.
Start talking. Start talking. Freeze.
Oh, I can hear the prisoners. That's interesting.
Start talking.
Coward, fight like a
Start
man.
talking.
No, don't.
Hurry.
Who are you calling a coward again? Can we analyze these guys? Interesting. Do they have skills? They do.
To send a prisoner to Mother Base, equip the Fulton recovery system. Select equipment by pressing the X or B button while holding LB.
He's so excited to get rescued.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
I wonder how long that knockout is going to last for. This is a relatively large area here. Oh! Oh no! Now everybody's back up.
Enemy encounter. Request reinforcements.
Damn.
Understood. Dispatching reinforcements now.
Oh, I botched this.
Is someone there?
So they're able to see me walking if I'm walking too fast. Because I kind of lift my head up. Oh, I wonder if these guys are better for the combat team.
Start talking.
Let's try and take one of these guys. This would be an interesting strategy. No, this guy's no good.
Come in, HQ.
This is HQ.
This is patrol. All clear.
Understood. Return to base.
Hurry.
Alright, so let's see if there's any more prisoners around. So it's not a pushover. The game's not a pushover, stealth-wise. We just have to be a little bit more careful than we were. Oh, I hear another prisoner around. Another love box. Just in case we missed it last time. I like how it shows the damage of your gun, even if it's tranquilizer damage. It's pretty interesting. Uh-oh. Is that gonna wake him up? No. Tiger Stripe, cool. So how many Fultons do I have 2 Fultons left. So we shouldn't waste it unless they're actually really good. Let's see how this guy is. Yeah, I don't want to use up all my Fultons before we even get all the prisoners. Alright, so now... Oh, this is the objective being done. Alright, so does that mean I should use all my Fultons? Let's see what happens. We'll just risk not getting 2 of these guys. It looks like there's another area past this.
Looks like there's no way around him. You up for this, Snake?
Am I up for this? To be continued. There you go. Thank you. Damn, I need like a rocket launcher or something. Yeah, so the alert phase brought us into like a C rank. That's a bummer. That's interesting though. It's definitely like more of a TV show type of feel where it's like to be continued in the next episode. This is cool. It's definitely a change of pace. Totally different kind of game than all of the other Metal Gear Solid games.
Listen, boss. We both know you're the reason MSF's grown so much, but it's time we started putting more thought into provisions.
Good point. A place this big needs a good stockpile on hand.
The Japanese say you can't fight on an empty stomach. Something we learned in World War II.
Obviously. Maintaining a steady supply of provisions is one of the basic principles of logistics.
So I went ahead and set up a mess hall team. The team members' numbers and abilities will affect the amount of grub to go around. Without enough food, morale will drop. They get hungry enough, and we could start losing people. Anyway, I need you to assign guys to the mess hall team.
Copy that.
We might want to reassign anybody who had mess hall skills, but when there wasn't a team for it yet. Serve food and increase your food supply rate. You can also develop high-rank recovery items. Nice. Large caliber combat pistol, powerful enough to temporarily incapacitate even heavily armed soldiers. Large caliber automatic sniper. While not the most accurate, its rapid fire capability allows for quick follow-up shots. Zoom can be adjusted. Smoke producing grenade, non-lethal. Smoke will obstruct enemy vision and temporarily hinder movement. R&D can increase the time smoke is emitted. M10, ready for development. Stun grenade. Okay, these guys went up. I guess they just practice while we're away. I don't know why they would go up. Staff morale is failing. Assign staff to the mess hall team to ensure that food supply rate is 100% or higher. Would you like to view the mess hall tutorial? You'll need to supply sufficient provisions according to the size of your mother base staff. Your current food supply is represented by food in the upper right of the screen. When food is greater than 100%, soldier morale will rise, enabling soldiers to perform beyond their natural abilities. On the other hand, if food is below 100%, morale will fall. If morale falls too low, soldiers will defect and ultimately leave Mother Base. Assigning adequate staff to the mess hall team will ensure that everyone receives ample provisions. This concludes the tutorial. Alright. Oh, this guy's really good at... Alright. Yeah, baby, going all the way up to 93, 106, there you go. Oh, wait. I was looking at the wrong stat. This guy is definitely for the R&D team, not for the food team. Oh, you got the twin barrel, okay. Fulton rank 2. I like that. I wonder what it... Maybe we get more of them. Alright, is anybody on these teams better at food than they are at R&D? Or on... Oh, Miller's really good at food. Alright, let's think twice before reassigning him, though. How about this guy? Lungfish, maybe? Oh yeah, this koi poo. Yep. Now Miller, I don't know if we want the combat team or the food team to be better. Let's put him on the food team for now. Wow, it goes from level 2 to 5. Wow, we're at 200% food. Oh, we have people in the waiting room, okay. R&D, R&D. Combat. Lungfish. Oh, he was a POW, that's what that was. Swordfish. Alright. I wonder what combat team really does for us. Oh, it removes GMP. So you make money based on the combat team. But we don't need that much money right now. Oh, so when we pick up the box... No. Did we develop this, or... Because this is already available. Huh. Oh, stun grenade is the thing we got. Okay, yeah. We want to make this. And we like the stun grenade. That thing's really useful. I'm just kind of making everything right now. Probably not going to be viable for long, though. Oh, what we definitely want is the Fulton upgrade. Now, what does it do? A max of 100 can be recovered per mission. 100? No way is it going to let us take 100 people. How is it 100? Oh, maybe if you have all 4 players combined? I don't know. Maybe you can pick up Fultons in the middle of the mission or something? Alright, let's definitely save. Although I'm pretty sure it's auto-saving all the time. Marksmanship challenge. Armored vehicle battle. Neutralize the attacking enemy armored vehicle and make contact with Amanda.
That's an armored vehicle unit, Snake. Either destroy the vehicle or neutralize the soldiers. Take it out.
Oh, interesting. So if we take out all the soldiers...
Enemy tanks, armored vehicles, and attack choppers are always accompanied by a combat squad. The soldiers aren't particularly tough on their own. What makes them formidable is how well they work together as a team. As if you didn't have enough to worry about with a machine.
Good. I like a challenge.
Yeah, we'll see how you feel when you actually have to face them in battle. Snake, whatever you do, don't let them surround you. The last thing you need is to get pushed into the vehicle's kill zone. And pay attention to what your enemies say to each other. You can improve your chances by figuring out what they're planning and using it to preempt their movements. You don't always have to go toe-to-toe to win a fight. Think like a gorilla.
Got it.
I like the dossier aesthetic.
Panama disease was rampant here about 20 years ago, putting a lot of banana plantations out of business.
Panama disease?
It is caused by a type of fungus. Apparently it killed off almost all the banana species that used to grow here.
How could that happen?
Cultivated bananas do not produce seeds. You have to remove and transplant part of the stem yourself. You plant them in the fields.
So you've got acres of identical plants?
See, when one plant is infected, the disease spreads quickly. Species lacking genetic diversity become weak. They grow different bananas today. One said to be resistant to Panama disease.
That's pretty interesting. Paz is smart. Alright, so what do we have weapon-wise? We have a M1911, M1C, Law, but the Law only has 6 shots in it. How is that going to be useful to us? There's no way we could kill that thing in 6 shots, I'm just going to guess. I guess M16, if we could blow up the fuel tank or something. We'll take a grenade, that's definitely good. Oh, smoke grenade's probably good to have. Empty mag, alright. Love box, why is that back in here? I don't really know what's gonna be the best. Khaki? Jungle, swamp, tree, dirt. Maybe dirt is what we want? DPM is really good for dirt and jungle. This seems
Survival.
good. Alright, let's leave the love box in then. Here goes nothing. Let's try it. Oh man. Be careful, Snake. I feel like those quotes on the load screen have not happened. It might just be me. Alright.
Neutralize the enemy troops.
First instinct, we should probably just try and get behind these
The
guys.
accompanying soldiers are armed to the teeth. Watch yourself.
Oh man, are they gonna see us? We're trying to just stay as far as we can away from them. Luckily the tank isn't even looking over here.
Not enough room, huh? We'll keep it here at the base. Aim for the red fuel tank. That should stop it.
Seems like a good plan.
They're trying to find you. Make sure they don't. You've got to neutralize that armored vehicle somehow.
Here goes nothing. Up! Botched it. Oh, I hit him in the... Ah. Oh. He doesn't... Oh, no. He doesn't go down. He has a helmet. I didn't really consider that.
You've got their fuel tank. Attack now while you've got a chance.
Let's put the ration in. How do I attack it, though? Can I kill the tires? Oh yeah, it looks like the tires. Maybe I can shoot the guy's helmet off. Oh!
Go get him! Damn it! Looks like they've got a backup fuel tank.
Oh yeah.
Move in!
Defensive positions!
I can't catch up to him. Dang it. Alright, well we're doing damage, but am I gonna have enough ammo even? Let's just eat one of these. What? Oh, I'm dropping them. Alright, hold on, hold on. Can I Fulton these guys? Just take them out of the combat situation? Get him out of here.
Alright, you hit the fuel tank. They won't be going anywhere for a while.
Can I Fulton the tank? Guessing not. I cannot do that.
Don't look for that tactic. You'll just have to attack the thing directly.
Oh crap. Get him, baby! That was good. Alright, let's Fulton these guys. So they came out of the thing and we immediately Fultoned them. Oh!
Be the leader. Can you take him down?
It's a Vulcan Raven. Alright, stop shooting for a second, Captain. One more hit. Hey!
The enemy leader's out cold. Bring him in.
Oh, he's gotta be a good asset for our army. Damn, baby, we got him. But my plan kind of worked, like coming up behind the tank with the guys and like holding them up one by one. The only problem was that I accidentally dodged through him, so he got back up.
Amanda!
Shoot it!
She'll fall!
Shoot el Chico Libri! I will take my own life before I sell out my compas under torture.
Amanda! Amanda!
Chico.
What? What is it?
Can you roll me one? Tobacco.
Oh, yeah.
Chico.
Hold still.
I treated him like a kid again. We fought. I didn't want Chico to know. Kept it a secret. Somoza's Guardia chased us out of Nicaragua. Across the Rio San Juan. And we ended up here. The only reason we've been able to keep on fighting.
Amanda,
The factory. You saw it?
the banana factory.
A front. It's a drug refining plant. The KGB set it up for us to run. We used the income to buy food and weapons. Mi viejo never said a word, but we all knew. Everyone except Chico. Everything we have, our weapons, our compass. He brought it all together. We were going to rebuild our country. Rebuild Nika with our own hands. Even if we had to dirty our hands to do it. But it's all over. We lost our cacique. Papa! I could never replace him. Now they've taken the plant from us too. There's no place left to regroup. No way to fight la revolucion.
Here, I rolled you one.
What about you? You're going after that cargo?
Yeah,
Must be important, hmm?
looks that way. It looks like it could be nukes.
What? Nukes? Madre de Dios. No time to waste. We must get to Irasu. The transport route leads there. It must be where they're holding Chico and my compas, too. Whenever Chico and I argue, he goes off to be by himself. That's why he knows more than anybody about their bases. Chico...
You're pretty worried about your baby brother.
This is why I'm not fit to be a leader.
Fine. It's a little bit out of my way, but just tell me where I need to go.
There's a prison up in the mountains. That's probably where he is.
A prison in the mountains.
You must do something for me. If you can't save Chico, I want you to ease his pain, end his humiliation. If he gives in, if he's about to sell out his compas, please, at least let him keep his honor.
That's a promise I can't make.
Why?
Amanda, we gave up our homes, but we're still alive. We're still fighting. And there's always another reason to keep on living.
I feel alive again.
Amanda, join my unit until you've healed up.
Your unit?
Yeah,
Who are you? Why are you here?
I'm Snake. Serviente.
Snake? Could it be the great cacique has come to lead us?
Kaz, can you hear me?
MSF here.
One for recovery. She's wounded.
Acknowledged.
Kaz, the cargo on the barge. I was right. It's headed for the mountains.
You think that's where they're taking the nukes?
I'm sure of it. Let's move.
Oh, we got an A rank. Nice. Yeah, it was a pretty effective exfil. Took out the guy. We extracted everybody and the leader of the gang. Oh, and we got the vehicle. Oh, crap. Okay, so we're capturing vehicle. I don't know what we're going to use it for, but we have the vehicle also. And we can, for some reason, make tortilla chips. I guess I'm down for that. And soft drinks. Oh, versus ops. Interesting. So you have to unlock multiplayer levels.
Snake, Amanda's reached the plant.
Snake,
Amanda, how do you feel?
some first helicopter ride. I'll be perfectly happy if it's my last.
As you can see, she's doing fine. I set Amanda up with her own frequency, so call her anytime you need to.
If you have any questions about American bases or mercenary units, or about El Frente, just ask. And please, do not forget my compas and Chico.
Don't worry.
It's good to be working with you, boss.
Snake, we can monitor her condition in sickbay. Remember to assign roles to any POWs you bring back to Mother Base. How this outfit gets built depends on who we assign to what jobs. That'll determine how Mother Base grows. It's one of your most important roles, boss.
Yeah, I know.
Boss, one more thing.
Now what?
It's about sickbay. Naturally, we can use it for the sick or injured like we did with Amanda. But we can't expect people to get better without the proper treatment.
Uh-huh.
So I figure we'll need a medical team for that. The number of team members and their abilities will determine how quickly the sick and injured heal. They can also monitor everybody's health.
Right. Prevention is the best medicine.
You got it. Remember to wash your hands often and gargle twice a day, boss.
If only I had the time.
Oh, a lot of stuff's going on. So I guess some of these quotes are going to happen later. Because I recognize the Snake's quote that he said in that cutscene was in one of the loading screens. Mech. Mechs are available for viewing? Are we getting a mech? Provide medical treatment and examinations to increase all staff members' resistance to sickness. Also enables you to develop more powerful tranquilizers. And we definitely want that. Sick Bay treats sickness, wounds, and PTSD. Wow. Heavy stuff. Amanda joined. Great. Twin barrel shotgun we got. M10. Stun grenade. Great. Sound and flash grenade. Non-lethal. Will knock out enemy soldiers. R&D can increase power and blast radius. Fulton rank 2. Personnel recovery and evacuation system. Modified so that more can be carried. Great. Tortilla chips ready. This guy. This. Oh! A new plant has been built, thanks to staff efforts. The soldier was in wounds status upon arrival and has been transferred to sickbay. Gecko, being reasoned with in the brig due to intense hostility. Same with Leech. Wow. Oh yeah, look at our new, That's so cool. I love our little base that's growing here. Alright, so let's do some R&D. There's nothing we need to build that wise. Let's get some tortilla chips in here. Tasty taco flavored tortilla chips. Recovers life. Alright, so that's probably useful as like an alternate ration. Got level 2 Fultons. Mechs. Oh, this is like mechanized tanks. Wow, tanks, armored vehicles, helicopters. Great, so we're gonna get some good stuff. Can I drive it? Just drive it straight through the level? Probably not very good for stealth. Sick or injured soldiers will automatically be transported to the sick bay. Soldiers in either state will perform below their natural abilities. The higher the level of your medical team, the lower the chances of sicknesses breaking out. Furthermore, the speed at which soldiers sent to the sickbay recover will increase. Finally, a high-level meta team will enable you to develop high-rank tranquilizer guns as well. That concludes the tutorial. Oh look, we can get a Mosin gun. Thanks, game. I was wondering about that. Alright, R&D, R&D, R&D. Everybody's R&D here. Combat. Combat. So there's a couple guys in the brig. Oh, Amanda's still recovering in the thing. These guys are going to be good for combat. So let's look at everybody and see if anybody can go to the sick bay. This guy, Lungfish, should go to the medical team. Nobody in there. This guy. We're really building up the the roster here. This guy, yeah, let's put him on medical. Yeah, lungfish, get in there. All right, now Amanda's gonna recover really fast. So it says 50 is like the amount of time, I guess. Oh, and that says 4. I wonder if that's like 4 missions or 4 what? I don't know. This game is really cool. There's a lot of great ideas for mechanics in here because it's telling a different type of story. It's not one person's mission. Like, as we know from playing the other Metal Gear Solid games, Big Boss built up this organization. So like the story they're trying to tell through gameplay now is all about, you know, building a team, and the mechanics that they've put in for like, you know, realizing that team building idea is really cool. They're totally thinking outside the box for this one, which I really like, also no pun intended. Guys, that's going to do it for Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Thank you for joining the show. The channel is called The Voice of Nick. On here I stream 3 times a day, 7 days a week. We play story-based games, and they're what we call ultra-blind playthroughs, which means I don't talk over story or cutscene moments, but I do request no one utilize their pre-existing knowledge or opinions of the game or the franchise. If you want to see more of what happens on here, type !games in the chat. You'll get that full list of all 7 concurrent gameplay series going, including this one. And if you like what you saw, don't forget to hit that follow button. Guys, I will see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.